a place. Not just a spot on a map, but somewhere that feels, I don't know, painted by nature and then kind of perfected by tradition.
Yeah, like almost too beautiful to be real.
Exactly. If that resonates with you, then you're definitely in the right place for this deep dive. Today, our mission is to explore this really special, curated list. We think these are some of the most beautiful, truly top-class villages in the world. We're talking hidden gems, fairy tale places. They're not just stunningly photogenic and culturally rich, but also amazing for visual storytelling. Think cinematic shots, drone views, that kind of thing.
Right, and this isn't just some random list. It's been put together really carefully by expert traveler, someone who really gets village life, the sort of unique rhythms.
Okay.
So the idea isn't just to list names. We want to dig into what makes each one tick, What makes it special? Is it history, culture, the nature?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Exactly. Why it matters, whether you're just dreaming about your next trip or maybe looking for some creative inspiration.
Okay, let's jump in. First stop, often called the Venice of the North. It's Giethoorn in the Netherlands.
Giethoorn.
And the thing that hits you right away, no roads. Like none. Your main way, your primary mode of transport, is by boat. Gliding along canals past these super charming thatched roof houses. It's a world apart.
It really is. And what's so fascinating, I think, isn't just that it's pretty, which it absolutely is, but how everyday life just works on water.
Right.
Mail delivery, groceries, everything by boat. It shows this incredible human ingenuity, adapting to the landscape. And the peace there, it's so palpable.
You can feel it even in pictures.
You can, and experiencing it from the water, that's a whole different level, almost meditative. Oh, and if you're thinking of going, spring, definitely spring.
For the tulips.
Tulips, lush greenery, the whole package, ideal season. Great for drone shots over those canals, too.
Okay, so from those flat, peaceful canals,
Yeah.
we're going way up. High into the Alps. Hallstatt, Austria.
Hallstatt.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you totally see why. Picture this. Alpine village, right on this crystal clear lake.
Stunning lake.
With pastel-colored houses, just clinging to the mountainside. It looks like something out of a storybook.
It really does. And what makes Hallstatt so compelling, beyond the beauty, is the history sort of woven into the landscape itself.
The salt's right.
Exactly. The salt mining goes back thousands of years. That's what built the village, shaped its architecture, its traditions. It's incredible.
Wow.
And visually, those morning mists coming off the lake, mountains in the back, it's just got this really ethereal, romantic vibe. Perfect for those misty drone shots.
And there's more to do than just look.
Oh yeah, bonus features. You can actually go down into the ancient salt mines.
Yeah.
And there's a skywalk viewpoint for these insane panoramic views. Really puts it all into perspective.
Okay, huge shift now. Different continent entirely.
Right.
We're heading to Shirakawa-go, Japan.
Yes. Very different feel.
The big thing here.
Yep.
Those traditional gasozukuri houses. Thatched roofs, very distinct style. They're amazing on their own. But then winter hits. Snow everywhere, and the whole scene just becomes next level aesthetic. It's unreal.
It is, and the cultural significance there is so deep. Those farmhouses, the gasozukuri, they're not just pretty, like you said.
They're functional.
Totally. The steep roofs, designed specifically for heavy snow, and the big attics inside, they were used for raising silkworm sericulture.
No way.
Yeah. It speaks volumes about generations of, ingenuity and making things work in a tough environment. Visiting feels like stepping into preserved history.
Yeah.
Very cozy fireside feeling, especially in winter. Great for cinematic village life shots.
Another UNESCO site too, right?
That's right. Well deserved.
Okay, dramatic shift again.
Yeah.
North this time. Raw, wild beauty, Reine in the Lofoten Islands, Norway.
Oh, Lofoten. Stunning.
Arctic beauty. You've got these incredibly dramatic peaks just shooting up, deep fjords, and then these little splashes of color right on the water.
The Robier.
Yeah, the colorful fishermen cabins, the Robier,
Yeah.
just perched there. It's striking.
What's amazing about Reine, I think, is how it blends that raw, almost intimidating natural grandeur with a real working fishing village feel.
So it's not just for show?
No, not at all. Those Robier, many are still used by fishermen. Or they've been converted so visitors can stay in them, really live that experience. It's authentic.
Wow. And good any time of year.
Absolutely stunning. Winter or summer. Summer, you get the midnight sun. Winter,
Oh, so,
maybe the northern lights if you're lucky.
the northern lights there. Imagine.
Right. It raises that interesting question, though, doesn't it? How do the locals manage sharing such a pristine, incredible place with the world? It's a delicate balance, that preservation and welcome.
True. Okay, let's head south now. Sun-drenched ease for France, right on the French Riviera.
Ah, easy.
Chic, totally. It's a cliffside medieval village. Think ancient cobbled streets, winding paths, and just jaw-dropping panoramic views over the Mediterranean.
Yeah, those views are something else.
Breathtaking from, like, every corner.
Eases is fascinating because it's where luxury really meets ancient tradition. It's a unique blend.
How so?
While you're walking these narrow medieval paths feeling like you've stepped back centuries, then boom, a high-end boutique or a fancy restaurant.
Right, okay.
The visual potential is huge, obviously. The cinematic drone passes over the village, looking down at the Côte d'Azur. Incredible. And little extras to explore, too.
Like what?
There's an amazing exotic botanical garden right at the top. And the historic Fragonard perfumery is there, too. A feast for the senses, not just the eyes.
Nice. Okay, now, for somewhere truly iconic, instantly recognizable, Oia, Santorini, Greece.
Oh, yo. Yes, the classic.
You know the images. Brilliant blue domes, those stark whitewashed homes tumbling down the cliff, the Aegean Sea views.
Unmistakable.
But the sunsets,
Oh my God.
where the caldera, they paint the sky in colors you have to see it to believe it. Insane.
Totally insane. And what makes Oia so unique, beyond the visual punch, is the geology, right? The volcanic
Just itself.
Exactly. It's a submerged volcano. And the villages are literally clinging to the cliffs. That's what gives you those dramatic, multi-level views. Perfect for those golden hour cinematic travel shots.
Everyone wants that sunset shot, though. Crowded.
Okay, yeah. So here's a pro tip. Sunrise.
Ah, sunrise.
Sunrise equals way fewer tourists, best light, best shots. You get the village when it's peaceful, you know? Experience its quiet charm before the day starts. It's more than just the photo, it's the atmosphere.
Good tip. Okay, back to Europe, to England this time. Bibury in the Cotswolds.
Bibury. Quintessential England.
It often gets called the most beautiful village in England. Big claim, but
But it kind of lives up to it.
it really does. Those honey-colored stone cottages, the blooming gardens, it's just lovely.
Bibury just is the historic English countryside, isn't it? It
Yeah.
feels slow-paced, peaceful. You can almost picture centuries of life happening along that little river, the Colm.
And that famous row of houses.
Arlington Row, yes, iconic. That picturesque line of weavers' cottages, originally 14th century, rebuilt in the 17th.
Wow, that old.
Yeah, it's like a living postcard. Perfect for that slow-paced village content, just soaking in the history. I actually spent an afternoon sketching there once by the river. Felt like stepping into a painting.
I can imagine. Okay, down to Italy now. Manarola, Cinque Terre.
Ah, Cinque Terre, love it.
So vibrant. Those colorful houses just stacked up on the cliffs, high above this amazing turquoise sea.
It's incredible.
You really get the feel of local life too, right?
Yeah.
Fishing, vineyards.
Definitely. Manarola and all the Cinque Terre villages really show how people adapted to this really dramatic coast, carving villages, terracing vineyards for centuries. It's about resilience.
And hard work, I bet.
Oh, for sure. The colors of the houses against the sea and sky, just breathtaking. Great for drone coast views, obviously. And lots of potential for food and lifestyle B-roll.
Like local life stuff.
Exactly. Wandering the trails, tasting the local wine, watching fishermen, maybe add a sunset time-lapse over the cliffs for extra magic.
Nice. Okay, next one feels surreal, almost otherworldly. Goreme, Cappadocia, Turkey.
Cappadocia, yeah, unique is the word.
The landscape is just mind-bending. You get these fairy chimneys, these strange rock formations, and ancient cave homes carved right into them. Plus, sky is filled with hot air balloons at sunrise. It's ancient meets fantastical.
It really is. The magic comes from the geology, those fairy chimneys carved by wind and rain over millennia.
Right.
But what's truly captivating is how people, ancient civilizations, carved homes, churches, even monasteries into the rock. Whole underground cities. It's a living museum.
It's incredible.
The balloons at sunrise are iconic, no doubt, amazing visual. But for really top content, stay in a cave hotel.
You can do that.
Oh yeah, it's an incredible experience, really connects you to the history. Perfect for those cave hotel experience videos.
Yeah.
And those balloon-filled sunrise drone sequences are just, wow.
Okay, one last stop on our tour.
Yeah.
And this one takes us straight into a storybook. Colmar, France.
Ah, Colmar. It really does look like a fairy tale.
Doesn't it? The half-timbered houses, all those colors, the canals, flowers everywhere, pure enchantment.
What's great about Colmar is how incredibly well preserved it is, especially that area they call Little Venice.
Little Venice, right?
And it has this unique cultural flavor, a blend of French and German influences because of its history. It's not just pretty, it feels vibrant, like every corner has a surprise. Perfect for those colorful village walkthroughs, definitely has a romantic travel vibe.
And there's a Disney connection, I heard.
Yeah. Fun fact, it's widely believed that Colmar's look, its whimsical architecture, directly inspired some of the visuals for Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
No kidding, you can totally see it.
Right, you can almost hear the villagers singing bonjour as you walk around.
Okay, so we've seen 10 amazing, but very different places.
Yeah, and if we sort of connect the dots, it's clear these villages aren't just beautiful spots, they're incredible stages for creating content today, whether you're a pro or just sharing memories.
Right.
Those YouTube travel video tips we were looking at, they really frame how these places translate into visual experiences that people connect with.
Exactly. Like we've been saying, those drone shots, fly-ins, pull-outs, give you perspectives you just can't get otherwise. And capturing the B-roll, the little details of daily life, markets, food, animals, just the rhythm of the place.
Yeah, the texture.
And those walking POV shots through the narrow streets. They really put you, the viewer, right there. Plus, of course, hitting golden hour and blue hour for aerials, essential for showing off how photogenic they are.
And it's not just visuals, is it? It's the whole atmosphere. The sounds, nature sounds, maybe some subtle cinematic music like lo-fi or folk that fits the vibe.
Right, creating a mood.
Exactly. It all reinforces that these villages offer a full sensory experience. They transport you, whether you're there in person or watching something someone created.
So quite a journey. 10 incredible villages. From the canals of Giethoorn to the fairy chimneys in Goreme, each one just offering this unique window, you know, into beauty, culture, history. Shows how stunningly diverse the world is when tradition and nature work together.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How places as different as Norway's fjords and Turkey's rockscapes can share this common thread,
Which is
their power to transport us, to give us a real sense of place. They often challenge what we even think a village is, proving that beauty and history come in so many forms.
So, thinking about all this,
Yeah.
what does it mean for you listening? Well, beyond just pretty pictures, maybe these places invite us to think about how tradition, nature, and just human creativity combine to make destinations that feel timeless.
Yeah, they're testaments to the past, but still so vibrant now.
Right.
Which leads to an interesting question, I think. In a world that's always chasing the next big thing, the newest trend, what is it about these ancient, often kind of remote villages that keeps capturing our imagination? Why do they still feel so top class and stand out?
What makes them endure?
Exactly. Maybe it's a reminder that the really profound experiences, the real gems, they're often found off the beaten path, maybe even waiting in your own corner of the world if you look closely enough.